Aloha, Shelby here with another vlog. And this really, again, is for me to help process and then for you to help process because life is full of stresses. And so, what we do with those emotions when they come up is really important because emotions, our issues are in our tissues. And um, another way to think of that is our biography becomes our biology, right? So when you've got physical symptoms, they are a result of mental constipation. Sorry, I have an itch on the top of my head, and I'm gonna get it. Thank you for that. So one of the things that I have found truly life-saving is what to do when these emotions come up and you want to lose your mind. So this does involve being present. This does really require a bit of being in the present moment. If you're distracting yourself, if you're trying to do other things to get your mind off of it, then you're kind of defeating the purpose. And some of you may go, oh my gosh, this seems kind of corny, or, how the hell is this going to help me? But trust, okay? You got to trust. It's very easy. I think you can do it anywhere. And so here it goes. So you're living your day, you're living your life, and you think about something that pisses you off, and you start to get pissed off. What I recommend you do is you stop. I put my hands in the namaste position, and then I bow while naming the emotion. Okay? So this is the process. You bow, you name it, and then either breathing in on the bow down, breathing in on the way up. But the whole point is you've got to name it, you've got to bow to it, and you've got to breathe deeply. Through your nose, slight hold, long exhale. Okay, this is the key because you've got to get that pause in there for your conscious mind to kick in and go, here we go again. Instead of letting the subconscious mind just run off like, so you have to kind of stop it. So I can't tell you how many times a day I'm doing this myself. Seriously. Something happens, it's like, ugh, anger. Honestly, the anger does go away, right? There's something in that pause that catches it, and you think, huh. And so then you just move on, and then you live life, and then it's like fear. And you just do it every time you flip your lid. What does flip your lid mean? Anything that doesn't feel good. Okay, which are a lot of thoughts. We think about 70,000 thoughts a day, 70,000. And on average, for the average person out there, about 95% of those are negative about what you don't want, about worst case scenario, about plan B, the what ifs. And so when those thoughts start coming up, it's like, oh, that's stress. Embarrassment. I have that one a lot, right? Somebody comes walking by. You know, there's a car parked directly in front of my tent when my roommate is home. Okay, and there's a chain link fence behind her car, and then there's my car behind her car. So I'm actually probably 20 feet from the actual road. But, you know, if somebody's coming by to sell something, there was somebody coming by with those, wanting her to put some sort of thing on her television to see what she watches for, the television people. And so if I try to ignore them, they look right at me. They stare right at me. They're like, "Excuse me." So it's like I can't, UPS shows up, mailman shows up. They look right in and look right at me like I'm supposed to assist them. So when that happens, I usually assist them because they're looking right at me. And then I come back here and there is a fleeting amount of embarrassment. It's like, I'm in a fucking tent under her carport. So, embarrassment. And then it does leave. And see, what you begin to notice when you do that and you pause is that you've got to invite the thought back. The thought does leave. If you think another thought that's embarrassing or fearful or stressful or angry or whatever, that is a choice. And that's what we have to start to really notice is that these habits are what's creating our suffering, our dukkha. So we don't want the suffering. Okay, 100% of suffering is self-induced. People really get irritated when I say that. I sometimes want to punch myself when I say it. But 100% of suffering is self-induced. We are the ones that make us suffer by what we tell ourselves. Could somebody else, and I've said this before, think this situation is a very good situation? I have it so much better than so many others that I drive by? Absolutely. Does it take away some of the suckiness? Not so much. Not so much. So, you know, feeling less than. And you just do that. There's a shift in there. There's a putting the bone down. The dog doesn't have the bone anymore in its mouth, kind of just going at it. See, the birds agree. And it's really, 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 really helped me stay sane. So, I had said I wanted to share a lot of the things that really work for me because that's the whole name of the game, right? Is something works, pass it on. If something doesn't work, I pass that on too because, maybe it'll work for you, but if not, try something else. I'd love to hear your thoughts if you liked this video, if you're going to try it, and if you did, what your results were. Remember, do it all the time. Watch what happens. See you on the next video. I love you.